Good evening. We start tonight with dramatic testimony on Capitol Hill.
U.S. Ambassador to the European Union Gordon Sondland testifying before the House Intelligence Committee in the latest public impeachment hearing. Camilla Bernal has more.
A witness who both Republicans and Democrats say helps their case.
I was acting in good faith. As a presidential appointee, I followed the directions of the president.
Gordon Sondland, U.S. Ambassador to the European Union, testifying that there was a quid pro quo for Ukraine to announce investigations into President Trump's political opponents.
Mr. Giuliani demanded that Ukraine make a public statement announcing the investigations of the 2016 election, DNC server, and Burisma. Mr. Giuliani was expressing the desires of the President of the United States.
The ambassador also saying the Vice President, the Secretary of State, and other top White House officials were all in the loop on what was going on with regards to Ukraine.
Today's testimony is among the most significant evidence to date.
Republicans, meanwhile, highlighting what Sondland repeatedly told the committee, that Trump never told him directly that security assistance was tied to the announcement of investigations.
And he just said, I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo.
The president echoing this from the White House lawn.
I want nothing. That's what I want from Ukraine. That's what I said.
In Washington, I'm Camilla Bernal reporting.
And you can watch tomorrow's coverage of the impeachment hearings. They resume at 9 a.m. right here on Jet 24. You can also see them streaming live on our website, yourerie.com. So what does Erie think about the impeachment hearings? Are we even watching? Tiarra Braddock joining us now in the control room with more. Tiarra?
Sean, of course, we got different perspectives when it came to these impeachment hearings. Some people called it a witch hunt, and others say they are happy this matter is being investigated.
As we head towards another presidential election, some eyes will be watching who Erie County residents vote for. Some political analysts expect these impeachment hearings will have an impact on the election. As you would expect, reaction to the hearings depend very much on who you're asking.
I hope that they get to the bottom of this, and I wouldn't be sad to see him go.
Mary Harvey says she's not a fan of President Trump, and she hopes these hearings influence American citizens to not vote for him during the 2020 election. On the other hand, Jennifer Benny says these hearings have been very one-sided and have favored the Democrats.
We're not getting anything impartial right now, so I've kind of been avoiding them and just reading the snippets every day.
Benny added these hearings have created a sense of distrust for American politicians.
The hard part is that we don't have somebody to trust. So we don't have a candidate that's coming across on the Democratic side that I do trust.
While there's some mixed reactions to the hearings, Dr. Joe Morris from Mercyhurst University says some Trump supporters will remain loyal to him no matter what.
You may recall that back during the 2016 campaign, Donald Trump said that he could pull out a gun and shoot somebody in public, and his supporters would still love him. And I think that's true even today.
Dr. Morris added, regardless of what is discovered during these impeachment proceedings, nearly 35% of Americans will still support President Trump.
And like we said before, these hearings will continue tomorrow with new testimony. Sean?
Tiarra Braddock in the control room tonight.